It's a less than 1 in a 2 million chance. A childhood vaccination partially paralyzes a Midlands boy. A vaccine so common that you have most likely taken it. Now, as an adult, he's turning a tragedy into a triumph. Many would call Jamie Fowler a meathead. He can bench 345 pounds, stacks out the shoulder press machine, and can curl 80-pound dumbbells per arm. Needless to say, this Midlands bodybuilder's strength is impressive. But it's the strength that you can't physically see in Jamie that's the most impressive of all.
I was born healthy, normal, fine. Like I said, I was getting ready for my vaccinations for school. My parents had taken me to the health department.
When Jamie was 2 years old, he contracted paralytic polio from the oral polio vaccine.
I came down with a high temperature, a high fever.
Once that fever broke, his right leg was paralyzed, unable to grow with the rest of his body.
I grew up as with a walker, learning how to walk, and then the older I got, I had to wear a brace on my leg, and then I had to wear the built-up shoe.
The oral vaccine that gave Jamie paralytic polio is no longer distributed in the United States, but it was a known side effect at the time. Dr. Hans Oliver with Providence Family Medicine explains.
It was always known that there was a chance of getting contracting paralytic polio from the oral polio virus, yet we still used it. We used it here in the United States. And one of the reasons that we used it is that the benefits of it outweighed the small risk factor.
So small, in fact, that only 1 out of every 2.4 million people develop that form of polio from the vaccine. Of course, that number isn't small to Jamie.
When I was about 13 years old, my back and my hip had deteriorated so bad I had been put in a wheelchair. And that was probably my lowest point. I remember in school, my mom having to take me to school, and the van door opening and the wheelchair gate out, and here I was, a kid in school, right at the right age that, want to like girls and try to be impressive and this and that. And here I was, the kid in the class or the kid in the school rolling around in a wheelchair.
Jamie spent 2.5 years in the Shriners Hospital where he had a bone-breaking surgery, filling bone that he lacked with stainless steel and learning how to walk again.
You have people who don't have the proper upbringing, or they don't have God in their heart, and there's just downright mean people out there.
He got picked on growing up, but a bit of perspective helped him grow stronger physically and mentally.
I just thought I was bad. I just thought I had it bad. When you're in that hospital, you see some things that will change your life forever.
And his life did change.
I do not think of myself as handicapped. I do not look at myself as handicapped.
To help build muscle and lessen the side effects of his condition, Jamie started working out with his friend and bodybuilder, Gabe Miles.
He started coming in the evenings, and I didn't know how it was going to be, what he could do, what he wasn't going to be able to do, and he came and he never missed a beat.
Gabe was so impressed, he convinced Jamie to compete in a state bodybuilding competition. He finished in the top 10.
The first time I walked on stage, all the bright lights, it was such an adrenaline rush. So from there on, I've been hooked ever since.
Then he traveled to North Carolina, where he came in second.
I have a wife and a beautiful little girl of my own. I look at the things that I do, and I want her to be proud of her father.
When Jamie was younger, his motivation was often based on fitting in. Now, his motivation is based on helping others.
I have so many people that'll just come over there and want to talk to you and say, hey, can I get a picture with you? Or, just want to tell you thank you. And they'll tell me about situations about their children. Maybe that's what my purpose is. My purpose is to motivate people. If I can do it, you can do it. That's for sure.
Call Jamie Fowler a meathead if you want to. Just be sure to add the words motivated.
To this day, the doctors tell me I should be walking with a cane, but hey, it'll be all right. I'll just walk with a little bit of a limp, no problem.
And inspiring.
It's been a struggle, but I feel like it's built character and made me who I am today.
Jamie will be competing once again at the end of April. His dream is to qualify for a national competition. Of course, we'll let you know how he does. And you should note the oral polio vaccine that infected Jamie has not been used in the United States since 2000, when a safer form was approved. Today, polio has been eliminated from the United States and the entire Western Hemisphere, although it is still a threat in some other countries.